What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and for today's WWE news video, we actually have quite a bit to talk about, because in this video, I'm going to be talking about who exactly could potentially be the special guest referee for the Rollins-Riddle fight pit at Extreme Rules. Who could it be? Could literally be anybody. I guess you could say a recovery update on Cody Rhodes and exactly when we can see him back in WWE. And the question is, are we going to see Elias back in WWE? When exactly will he come back? We also have a potential, we have yet another potential NXT main roster call-up. Wonder who it could be. And this first one that I'm going to be talking about, it appears that Tyler Breeze will be making his triumphant return back to WWE for the first time in a year. And what's interesting is that he's been a part of Xavier Woods' YouTube channel, Up Up Down Down. Big shout out as always. If you guys have not checked out Up Up Down Down, I recommend you check it out. Hell awesome! It's absolutely an incredible YouTube page. But before we get started, if you guys enjoyed this WWE news video and you guys want to see more, which gets posted every Thursday and sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and follow me on all my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Let's get straight into it. So again, as I mentioned before, it's been about a year since Tyler Breeze has been a part of WWE, and apparently he'll be returning to WWE programming next week. And it was announced on yesterday's episode of The Bump. Big shout out as always. Excuse me. They announced that Tyler Breeze would be in studio next week on the 5th. So I'm curious as to what Breeze will have in store for WWE when, during, as far as his return goes, if you will. It's a possibility that he could say that he might want to come back to WWE full time. Who knows? But as I mentioned, he left WWE, or actually rather, he was released from his contract in June of last year, alongside his tag team partner, Fandango, or I guess now he goes by the name Dirty Dongo. I don't know what the hell. Dango teased that he was going to be starting with some company on TV, so I don't know if he's gonna be doing that full time or what. Breeze, on the other hand, had not wrestled since leaving WWE, and he noted in August of last year that he was only gonna come back to the ring if he got the itch to compete again. And as I had mentioned before, he regularly appears on Up Up Down Down alongside Woods and several other WWE talent, which included guys like Kofi and Big E, guys like Matt just to name a few. And it also and was also announced that Big E was going to be on the show as well. Apparently he's going to be I guess he'll be giving an update on what's going on with him and whatnot. But we can tell you that he's due for more scans in March of next year, so a year from his original injury. So he'll be gone for a while. He's gonna be gone for a while. But as far as Woods and as far as Breeze goes, honestly, I really don't know if Breeze is gonna have the itch to compete. Even if he did, odds are he's probably just gonna stay in NXT, mainly because of the fact that he still he's basically like Apollo Crews. He still has some unfinished business with NXT, and eventually he'll come up to the main roster. So I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical about it because when you think about it, the last time we saw Breeze in WWE, as I had mentioned, was the hell is it? Something is caught in my eye. Maybe one of my eyelashes? Alright, well, whatever it is gone. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. So, again, as I was saying, the last time we saw Breeze in WWE, he and Dango were NXT Tag Team Champions, and they dropped the titles to Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan sometime last year. Like, what was it, like last year or like in 20? I think it was like in 2020 or something like that. And from that point, you know, they ended up, you know, they dropped the titles. They got a rematch sometime later, and it backfired. So I'm very curious as to what he's going to say when he shows up to the bump next week. I'm very curious, but I will say this: if Breeze does come back to WWE as a performer, that would be huge, especially for NXT because of the fact that Roderick Strong has been injured at the hands of Damon Kemp, and Apollo Crews. The only thing he's doing is shooting vignettes on Grayson Waller and whatnot. So that would only leave for Tyler Breeze to come in and potentially, take the reins of the on the men's side, whereas opposed to Mandy Rose, she's the only veteran taking the reins for the women's side. So honestly, I'm all for it. But what interests me is what Breeze will have to say. So I am very, very curious. But we do have to shift gears to a potential we do have to move on to a potential NXT call-up. What is that call-up? Who is being called up to the main roster? Well, it appears that it is going to be 2/3 of Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane. Apparently, they've been set to receive an imminent main roster call-up. They actually took part of the women's tag team title tournament earlier this year, like back, what was it, like last month or something like that, and they made it past the first round. Once they got into the second round, Dolan ended up suffering an injury, which nobody knows what the injury is. I'm assuming it might have been like a back injury or a knee injury or something like that. But they came back to SmackDown literally just a couple weeks ago and lost to Raquel Rodriguez and Elias. So their last encounter, their last in-ring encounter was just 9 days ago. So about a week ago on NXT, defeating Ivy Niles, Tatum Paxley, and of course Ivy Nile. Which if we see them on the main roster, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to be seeing them on potentially on SmackDown most likely. But But with this whole, with this whole White Rabbit bullshit that's been going on these last couple weeks, there's been a lot of speculation that that's going to be Bray Wyatt coming back to WWE. But we know that he was recently spotted, training, somewhere. It could be literally anywhere. So it's a possibility that we could see, Dolan and Jay, join forces with Bray, which is a possibility, but it's only possible if Bray Wyatt comes back. So we don't really know exactly, what's going on, what's this White Rabbit bullshit. We don't know, but Toxic Attraction getting called up to the main roster, they earned it. There's a reason why they are former 2-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. It's because they pushed themselves to their breaking point, and for them to be called up to the main roster, I'm all for it. I am so all for it. But we do gotta shift gears now. Shifting gears again with the possible update on when Elias is gonna return. And apparently, and of course, you guys know that that Elias's younger brother Ezekiel was removed from the internal WWE roster on WWE.com, and apparently apparently Elias is going to be replacing him on the roster, and apparently it comes down to when Elias is coming back. And he made a one-off appearance on Raw not too long ago, actually, having dealt with Kevin Owens and whatnot. But apparently, because apparently, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, big shout out, no copyrights as always. Apparently, Elias is going to be coming back to WWE when his beard has fully grown. So it appears that that Elias and Ezekiel were the same person. I already knew about it. I'm sure you guys knew about it. We were all just playing along because it was funny. Because we knew how funny it was. But I mean, to be honest, it could be any time now, because that was some months ago, and who knows when we'll see Elias back. We might see him back possibly as early as Royal Rumble, and possibly as late as the Raw after WrestleMania, which is a possibility, but who knows? I'm not gonna talk about it all that much, just because of the fact that Elias is a former 24/7 champ. I think he's a former 2-time 24/7 champion. So it's a possibility that we could see Elias back as early as Royal Rumble, but no later than possibly the Raw after WrestleMania, or perhaps even on the night of WrestleMania Saturday or Sunday. So it's a possibility. But shifting gears now, Cody Rhodes. You guys know, earlier this year at Hell in a Cell inside the structure, Cody Rhodes suffered a wicked pectoral tear. From training. Getting ready for his match with Seth freaking Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. And he, I think honestly, I think the bullshit that he performed inside Hell in a Cell was probably the most insane thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it, and Cody Rhodes, I think, became the highlight reel from Hell in a Cell. In fact, his match has been talked about for, you know, over the last few months. And you guys know that Rhodes underwent surgery literally just days after Hell in a Cell, and he spoke with TMZ Sports, big shout out, no copyrights, noting that his doctors knew that he was gonna try to beat his return timetable if he was actually given one, and apparently apparently he has the apparently he was told that he had the strength of an 11-year-old on that part on that side of his body, apparently. As far as his WWE run currently, he stated, quote, no complaints, they've treated me like the house that built me, which they were, and honestly, it was amazing. We were back and everything was rolling so fast, and then I tore my pec. It was like the best three months of my life. Hopefully get back to that soon. I was told I have the strength of an 11-year-old, but I was pretty strong at 11. Hopefully soon. You know, they haven't really given me one, which is a return timetable, of course, because they know I'm stupid and I try to test it. I got in my mind where I want to be, and I think a lot of fans have in their minds where I'd like to be, and that's hopefully where it's at. Right now, I do actually agree with what's going on, because I think what happens next, hopefully, and what we do, and this is all speculative, up in the air. Hopefully, it's a run that people remember, and I gotta be healthy for it. And you guys know that WWE announced that Rhodes was gonna be out for approximately 9 months. So let's see. Let's check back on the book. Let's see. WrestleMania. So April, May, June. I think that was back in June. Yeah, so it was back in June of this year where we had Rhodes versus Rollins inside Hell in a Cell, and it's possible that he could come back a bit early. Let's see, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So odds are he'll probably be out just weeks before WrestleMania, which is a possibility, but knowing Rhodes, he'll do whatever the fuck it takes to get back. He will do whatever it takes. But I'm curious as to when exactly he will come back. There have been rumors swirling that he was going to be out for 9 months, but there were rumors that he was going to be coming back in the men's Royal Rumble match, which is a possibility, but only time will tell. We don't know exactly what is going to happen, but who knows? Who knows? But we do have to shift gears now to our last topic. And the question is, who is going to officiate the fight pit between Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle? Rumor has it that it is none other than the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. If you guys do not know who Shamrock is, y'all are in for y'all missed out. Y'all are missing out. He is a tough son of a bitch. So if my fucking laptop will show, screw it. There we go. Let's see. Ken Shamrock. Let's see. Well, as my laptop is frozen, Ken Shamrock was a former apparently he's a currently right now he is a retired MMA fighter and of course a retired WWE superstar who started his career in WWE back in '97, and he officiated the match between Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13 in Chicago, and he became a household name in WWE at that time, and the crazy thing is that he's had a lot of success, not just in MMA but also in WWE as well. So both WWE and of course MMA. As far as MMA goes, he won the George Tragos Award in 2020. He is a part of the UFC Hall of Fame, the inaugural inductee, Pioneer Wing, class of 2003. The first ever UFC Super Fight champion, 2 successful title defenses, UFC 3 tournament finalist, UFC 1 tournament finalist. Longest fight in UFC history was 36 minutes with Royce Gracie at UFC 5. He's won the Pride Grand Prix 2000 finals, which was pretty awesome. And then of course too, as far as the Wrestling Observer, he received an award in 2002 and in 2006 for Feud of the Year with Tito Ortiz. And of course, as far as his pro wrestling career, he's a former BCW Battle Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champion alongside Carlo Cannon. He's a former NWA World Champion, and of course, he is part of the TNA Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2020, which is pretty awesome. And of course too, he was a part of the South Atlantic Pro Wrestling promotion. He won the tournament back in '91, and of course won the title at the same time. He's a former WWE Intercontinental Champion. He's a former Tag Team Champion. He won the Intercontinental title tournament back in '98, and also won the '98 King of the Ring. So he's had a bit of success in WWE. I think he left WWE right around like '99, right around the time that my brother just texted me. Hang on, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. Here we go. He left WWE some time ago, like in what was like the late 90s, I believe. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, he left. He actually left. He left WWE. in late 1999 in order to resume his MMA career, but yeah, apparently he decided to put his name in the hat to be the guest referee. He quoted a tweet from wrestling writer Giancarlo Olino. I probably butchered his name. Shoutouts to him. No copyrights. That suggested that he donned the stripes and he officiate the match at Extreme Rules, and Ken in Ken's own tweet he said, quote, "Couldn't agree more." So I mean, it's a possibility, but if I remember correctly, Shamrock and Triple H, from their time together in WWE, had a bit of beef with one another. So it's possible, but who knows? Honestly, I'm all for it because again, Riddle has been in the fight pit before. He, from his battle with Timothy Timothy Thatcher, so he knows about the fight pit, and he knows how dangerous that shit can be. And I've seen both fight pit matches, both involving Timothy Thatcher. The first one was against Riddle. The other one was against Tommaso Ciampa, and that was a fight. Rollins has no idea what he's getting to get himself into, but if Shamrock is the guest referee, holy shit, it's gonna be a very interesting time. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. But I do want you guys to post in the comments and answer the question of the day, which is this: who do you think should officiate the fight pit between Rollins and Riddle at Extreme Rules? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE news videos, which get posted every Thursday and sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And as always, make sure you guys follow me on all my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.